Mm. Whew. Uh-oh. It may be low on gas. I've been living on borrowed time here, but I think it may be just about out. So if that's the case, I may have to change the tank. And I'm not sure I have one down here. But anyway, let me go ahead and get going because hello, good people. We were doing our live stream and the internet in my house went kaput tonight. There's no storm or rain or wind or anything like that. It just had a bad hiccup. Actually, it's back up now, but with the stream already that far, the game's not really that exciting. San Francisco just scored again, so it looks like they're going to be win going away, which will keep them at the number 7 playoff spot right now, keeping the Washington Commanders out a little bit longer. I'm wearing one of my wife's shirts. My wife is making some incredible shirts and stuff. She's always been really, really creative and things like that. And she's been doing these things up. Literally, I say to her, honey, I got an idea. And she makes it into a shirt. And I've been talking for a while. Roz, you're on the road right now. Please pay attention to the road. Forget that I'm trashing you on my channel and stuff here. But I've been talking to you for a while about what the Cowboys were doing early in the season with the sacks. And I was saying, oh my God, if they keep sacking at this level, they could actually get to 72 sacks for a season. 72. Right now, we're on pace for 71 this year. Now, granted, the Cowboys have one more game than the 85 Bears did. So really, to truly say they beat the record, they would need to get to actually 76. But even if they don't, the Dallas Cowboys team record is 61 sacks in a season. We're 19 sacks away from tying that. That is freaking amazing. And when you look at the list of players that were part of that team, we're talking about Ed Too Tall Jones. We're talking about Randy White. Emerson Walls. We had a hellacious defense. More importantly, I don't think a lot of people realize that the Dallas Cowboys defense right now is number 1 in scoring defense. Number 1 in scoring defense. That is something we have not seen in forever. The only thing our defense is not doing this year is taking away the football like they did last year. But our offense is not turning it over much. So when you look at our +7 turnover differential, we're 3rd. Eagles are number 1 at 12. We're only 5 behind them. We're 3rd. So you're not turning over the football. You're not giving up points. The only piece that's missing is scoring offense. Now, Dak Prescott haters. And I'm not here to bury Cooper Rush. We now have Cooper Rush fans that are much like the Tony Romo fans right now, that no matter what Dak Prescott does, they're going to believe that Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott. And that's fine. We're free to believe what we want to believe. But here's what's kind of crazy. And this is what really just annoys me when I get Stephen A. Smith out there saying things. Dak Prescott is the weakest link. Dak Prescott. Okay, hold on. Stop for a second. Are you old enough to remember when Cooper Rush was starting? The defense was playing out of their minds. Special teams were great. And the team was winning games that, by all means, we shouldn't have won. Cooper Rush did what he needed to do. He didn't mess it up. He didn't Brandon Wheaton it, okay, where he'd throw interceptions left and right, and we'd lose it because the quarterback made plays that went against us. He did what you wanted him to do. our team averaged 22 points a game. Dak Prescott breaks his thumb. He comes back. He comes back. And I don't think people actually realize what they're seeing here. Offense averaged 22.5 points a game with Cooper Rush. Okay. We were 4-1. That's great. But would you believe, here's what Dak has done since he's come back. 8 TDs, 3 interceptions. 8 TDs, 3 interceptions. And the Cowboys offense is averaging 35.4 points a game since he came back. Let me say one more time. The Cowboys offense is averaging 35.4 points a game in the last 4 games that Dak Prescott has played. We went from 22.5 to 34.5. 34.4. That's 13 points, guys. The offense is scoring 13 more points than they did before he came back. And remember, when we were looking at the statistics and the rankings and stuff, and they were saying the Cowboys offense was like 27th in scoring offense, it was way up there. Would you believe that we've gone from 27th in scoring offense to 7th? 4 games. 4 games took us from being at 27 to 7. If you can't see that difference with the offense, if 22 out of 25, a 139 QBR, 2 TD passes, no interceptions, no fumbles, and a 40-3 victory, if that doesn't show you that he is a quarterback in the NFL, then there ain't no point in me trying to even talk to you anymore. Because you're blind, deaf, I don't know. You must have literally come from the sky and was dropped off from Mars and know nothing about football. If the Dallas Cowboys can continue to do that, Russell Wilson, when I used to talk about Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott's statistics early on, we're pretty much equal. First 3 years of Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson's statistics were equal. The difference was Seattle had a defense that was number 1 in scoring, number 1 in taking the football away, and number 1 in yards. And he had a 1,300-yard back. Russell Wilson, much like Cooper Rush, per se, didn't win those games. He just didn't lose them. He had all of the supporting cast around him to do it. If the Cowboys, and I still worry about stopping the run, and I'm looking at San Francisco in here right now with the running attack that they have, is scary. It's scary. I'm not going to lie to you. San Francisco's running attack right now, we're watching with Deebo Samuels and with Christian McCaffrey. That's legit. That's what worries me right there. But if the defense can continue to play at this level, we ain't seen a defense that's been like this since the 90s when we were winning Super Bowls. If the defense can do that, if the offense can continue to run the ball the way they are and play action, use 12 personnel, and be efficient on offense and not have to go to all these shootouts, because the defense is literally like we did in Denver, many years ago with Tony Romo, where the defense gave up 51 points and we fall 2 points short and the quarterback throws an interception that ends the game. If we can play football like we did yesterday, going forward, there's nobody that you can't hang with. But here's the thing about football. From one week to the next, you can go from the outhouse to the penthouse. It's that crazy. You can look like holy hell and blow a 14-point lead against the Green Bay Packers, or you can go out on the road and you can blow out a Minnesota Vikings 40-3. And that, my friends, is probably one of the reasons why we watch and love football so much, because it's unpredictable. Oh, man. Today I was sitting at upstairs on our main level of the house. It's the living room. That's where my wife watches TV most of the time. We have an office armoire that's up there because I got my computer, and that's where all my junk is and stuff like that. When I was doing most of my general contracting work, that's where I did most of my work. Now I do most of my work down here in the basement where my studio and stuff. But I was sitting there, and and gratitude and feeling blessed came across my mind. And I got up and I went upstairs to my wife who's been working on the t-shirts and stuff, because earlier in the day she was like, oh, we need to go get some t-shirts, and I need to get the cutting mat, because she said she rolled it up and it's not like doing what it needs to and stuff, and so wanted me to go. So we went and picked up a bunch of shirts and all that stuff for her, and she's enjoying making and being creative, and that's the joy that I have with working my hands. I'm building a toy chest with Michael for a present for a friend of the family, so to speak, and stuff, and building all the artworks and stuff. There's a joy of actually creating something. When I worked for this other company, and when I ended up having a lot of employees, and instead of actually creating, having to manage others, it wasn't the same feeling. I enjoy creating. I enjoy when I build a piece of artwork and look at it and say, oh my God, that's beautiful. And when I send it to somebody and they tell me how much they love it. And that's where I can understand my wife, having worked in an office, all those years and stuff like that, creating artworks and things like that. It's a different kind of a feeling. And it's a great hobby. But I was just sitting there and I was feeling blessed. By all means, I have not made it. Okay, I'm 57 years old, and I still got a long ways to go to be able to say I've made it. I've got a lot of hard work to do to say I've arrived. But I feel blessed, and I feel rich. And when I say rich, it's not by money. Believe me, it's not by money. But I am rich with friendship, with people around me, and I am so blessed, and I am so grateful for it. There's people out there that only thing that motivates them is going out there, making money, and they get so into and focused in on making every single penny that the things in life, because in the end you can't take it with you. And you got $50 billion. What's 52 going to do for you? What's 53 billion going to do for you? But they get so focused in on doing that, they forget about the things that are enjoyable. That time with your wife and your kids, and watching them grow up and things, having friendships and things. I love what I do here. Being able to reach and talk to so many people and feeling the love and stuff coming back to me is an incredible thing. I honestly don't know. Well, I do know. We used to actually go out and play in the backyard with the kids and stuff and meet people that way. But having gone through the pandemic and everything else, being able to connect with people in such other ways, this is one of the beautiful things about the internet that I absolutely positively love. And I feel honestly blessed by so many people. And I feel grateful and thankful to all of them. So, it is the holidays or the holiday week. Make sure you got your turkey thawing out now. Don't thaw it out on the kitchen countertop. Thaw it out in the refrigerator. And a rule of thumb is 5 pounds a day. So if you got a 10-pound turkey, you need 2 days for it to thaw out. If you got a 15-pound turkey, you need 3 days for it to thaw out. If you got one like me that's a 20-pound, you need 4 days for it to thaw out. And if you're deep frying a turkey, don't deep fry one frozen. That shit'll explode. Boom. And nobody wants to have an exploding turkey for Thanksgiving. So that's my tips for now. Oh, that and be safe traveling. If you're on the road, take your time. Getting there 15, 20 minutes earlier and risking your life, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. And so, with that being said, I am going to finish this video and remind you to tell the people you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.